About to check out Hunter Avallone. Yeah, apparently he got a lot to say about the Daily Wire. Let's take a guess at what it's gonna sound like. Cry, 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 cry. I miss my wife. Let's check it out, fam. Hit the like button, share the video.
Now, please consider becoming a member today. Members get early access to videos, access to all the stream VODs, and
Definitely don't care about being a member for your channel. Ugh. What a giant rose A. He's a weirdo.
recently we discussed the Daily Wire is doing their own movie of Snow White.
Yo, fam, that eyes, yeah, the eyes killing me. Fam, I don't know what's wrong with him. I wonder how it got like that. I don't believe him when he says what he said it was. What did he say it was? Dust. What is that? Crying? Tears of a clown? He cried too long?
White, starring none other than Brett Cooper. Now, we watched the trailer a little while
back. He said he caught something.
Now we're going to watch an interview Ben Shapiro did talking about the film.
So we got the idea for it literally the day that Rachel Zegler did an interview in which she said that she hated the original Snow White and wanted to.
Is this really a real thing? I thought they was joking this whole time. I swore they was joking. I swore they was. I did not know they was really gonna make a Daily Wire Snow White. Whatever, I'll see it. Let's see if it's interesting.
Rip the guts out of it.
Weird.
And then Disney released those ridiculous cast photos of dwarves that were not dwarves, the multiracial, multi-ethnic, tall people and one dwarf. This is how we make decisions at the Daily Wire. I literally just emailed that to my business partner, Jeremy Boring. And I was like, we should do something like this. And Jeremy's like, okay, we're just going to make Snow White, but we're going to do it to all the specs, with music, with singing, with the original storyline in classic fashion that imbibes from the original well of the values. Specifically because if Disney wants to see that field to us, we'd be fools not to take it. And we're kind of shocked by the fact that no other studio has done that. I mean, just on a pure market basis. If you have one of the most significant film achievements of all time, one of the most popular movies of all time. And
are they, I said, are they really going to do anything? Are they really going to?
He caught a case of bitch assness. He caught a case. It's a breakout. It's going everywhere. It's all over the place. Bitch assness.
Do it exactly the same? Are they never going? Are they not going to change the whole like guy kissing a girl when she's unconscious / wasn't she a minor?
And the people who are making the remake of that movie in live action fashion have decided to betray that movie and say out loud. It's not even like a surprise. They're saying out loud, we want to betray this movie. We don't like the original values that a woman is reliant on a man. She's a girl boss who's going to be, I don't know, fighting the witch on her own. And the prince is going to be standing off to the side. If there is a prince at all, and if she's not a transgender, non-binary, Snow White, whatever, it would be idiotic not to go back to, the thing that works and do the thing that works.
He literally is still doing the same exact. Oh, is it there?
Not that there's anything wrong with that. Guidelines. I have no problems with any community and no beef with the alphabet community in any way, shape, or form. Please don't 86 my ish. I don't want the smoke. There's nothing wrong with that, do you? I got fans that's a part of your community.
Or transgender, blah 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 blah. Like this is such a two-dimensional analysis.
I got a friend.
The reason media
I got a friend that's black
direction is because that's what people want.
That's
what
me.
Seems to do very well. A lot of these movies that these conservatives claim are the woke going broke are actually massive blockbuster hits. So there's a good reason for that. Not to mention there's also a really big positive here, which is when you have positive representation of minority groups, it tends to make people more accepting over time. So it's true that the actress playing the Disney movie does seem to be pretty cringy. But you got to do something about the original storyline. You got to do something about that. This isn't.
No, you don't. No, you don't. You don't have to. It's not mandatory. Not mandatory at all.
Like the woke liberals or anything. This is like, let's just not make it so creepy.
In the face of the thing that clearly is not going to work. And Disney has a horrible habit of doing this. They keep taking some of the greatest IP of all time, and they're still living off the money from that IP, right? I mean, they're putting up on Disney Plus all these placards ahead of Aladdin saying this movie is super offensive, but I saw they didn't take down the movie, right? They still know that we all want to subscribe so that our kids can.
Well, if they took the movie down, you'd be crying your eyes out. The things that they show is actually this program includes negative depictions and or mistreatment of people or cultures. These
too easy, way too easy. Nah, you know what? F it. We got live footage of him trying to stop his wife from leaving. I don't know why he's talking like we don't got live footage. She sent me the picture. She took a picture of you on her windshield. This is Hunter Avallone trying to stop his wife from leaving. No. You're not going nowhere. I won't let you go to BX Beast Boy's house. I don't know why he thought that's where she was going.
These stereotypes were wrong then and are wrong now. Rather than remove this content, we want to acknowledge its harmful impact, learn from it, and spark conversation to create a more inclusive future together. Of course, they're not going to just take the movie down. How is this his own?
They're making money off of it, but then they'll make the live action Aladdin, make it way worse for a quick money grab. Well, if I can essentially grab, if our company can grab the legacy of the original Snow White,
that Aladdin was hot garbage, and I love Aladdin. Had some of the best music in Disney history. That joint was trash. It was bad.
We not do that. We should do that.
I don't think any of us expected the reaction that came with the Disney version of Snow White. There's certainly been people who have been less enthusiastic about the live action remakes they've done. I'm definitely one of them. It was very much a case of, okay, here comes another one. Then they cast Rachel Zegler as Snow White, and you think, okay, well, it's a race swap of the character, and it seems a bit nonsensical given the nature of the Germanic legend. But okay, fine.
And the name of the movie, and the plot of the movie, and
exactly.
The fact that if you want, like, I don't care.
Conservatives do have a bit of a point there, as far as like, it's my understanding the original did describe her as having like skin as white as snow. And that was part of the reason why she was like Snow White. Her name was Snow White. So the race swapping thing on there is a little bit cringy, I guess. But I don't know. It just seems like such a minor thing.
Makes no sense.
Upset about
the skin color of the characters, but when the literal line from the movie is skin as white as snow,
yeah,
and that's why her name is Snow White. So why is her name Snow White? I'm confused.
Yeah,
because she's pure. Okay,
yeah,
fine. Oh, fine. Okay, sure.
And then we had the dwarves, which are no longer dwarves because Peter Dinklage got mad about it. We don't have them, and we don't even have the story about
is that what happened?
Overcoming all. Because
no, is that really what happened? Dude from Game of Thrones is like, yeah, nah, we can't have that. You lying. I don't believe that. I don't believe that for 1 second. There's no way. Impossible.
It's no longer.
It wasn't true love. She was 14. She was unconscious when she got kissed. What
about that? It's, according to Rachel Zegler, it's about
becoming the leader she knows she can be.
I don't remember asking you a thing.
You've lost everything, every aspect of the original.
That's funny.
And it really just seemed like the perfect storm.
You've seen them playing around the edges of this, right? With The Little Mermaid, where it's like, okay, this is a Danish fairy tale, and that is why Ariel has red hair. And we've all seen the memes of how every redhead ends up as a black person in the Disney films. Don't be a redhead in a Disney film is the message. But okay, fine. Like, you're trolling for the audience hatred, which they've really been doing a lot since the Kathleen Kennedy Star Wars, since the Rose Tico stuff. And so Disney's really been playing a lot into that. People liked the Marvel movies because they actually liked the characters that were created. Mm-hmm. And now they've decided that those are not the characters they want to move forward with. Captain Marvel was boring because it's just a boring character. I mean, she can do literally everything and there are no limits on her abilities. The rules of the universe don't apply to her. And that destroys every plot line that you've ever had.
Yeah, she is boring as hell. I can't front. Captain Marvel is trash. I don't like her. She's just good at everything from the beginning. I don't like it.
In the Marvel universe, but who was on board for this? I don't even understand the logic of that. If you've got a popular character, the rule in Hollywood typically was you ride that horse until it dies, right? If you take Iron Man, you substitute somebody who's completely different from Iron Man and then call him Ironheart. People don't like that in virtually any context. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of it.
But they've decided that they have higher priorities apparently that make them feel good about themselves, and it's not working. But they hadn't full on just said, you know what? We hate our original movie, like hate it. And we are going to gut that. And we're going to wear its face around like a weird Hannibal Lecter mask. And that's essentially what they pledged to do. And so that's such a
Disney didn't say that. The one lady said that. It was like a little bit unhinged.
great market opening for us to put out something
So it's
competitive.
sad.
And obviously they got wind of that because now they've created really
So it was said. Okay, why is he pretending like it wasn't? Wow.
horrible looking dwarves who are giant, they're still giant because they had to, I'm assuming they're just pasting CGI over
over the actors. And oh man, yeah. We saw
they look
that.
terrible, by the way. They look awful. Like they rushed out that image of the CGI dwarves, and now they're saying they're delaying it for a year, and they're pretending that it's not about having to read that image.
And oh man.
Giant because they had to, I'm assuming they're just pasting CGI over
over the actors. And oh,
they're still now they've created really
okay. Oh, that's horrible. Yeah, I don't like that. The dwarfs are taller than her, first of all. They're not dwarves unless I'm tripping. Are they standing on something? They probably stand. Okay. They still don't really look dwarf-like. Right? But they probably are standing on something.
horrible looking dwarves who are giant, they're still giant because they had to, I'm assuming they're just pasting CGI over
over the actors. And oh man, yeah. We
they
saw
look
that.
terrible, by the way. They look awful. Like they rushed out that image of the CGI dwarves, and now they're saying they're delaying it for a year, and they're pretending that it's not about having to recut it and redo it and all the rest of this sort of stuff. So, little public pressure goes a long way. I would hope that Disney starts to learn the lesson. I mean, listen, I love Disney. Right? I grew up on Disney. Classic Disney is my jam. We were annual pass members. We were in California for years. My family, my kids, everything. Same thing at Disney World when we ended.
So basically, Ben is just like a really butthurt Disney fan. Oh, I used to love Disney. Now I have to cancel Disney Plus because they had a non-binary person in 2.35 seconds in the top left corner.
You're not hearing a single word that he's saying at all. At all, fam. Which I expected because the ability to comprehend is non-existent. Right? It just is what it is. It is what it is.
And now I won't subscribe to Disney Plus because of this crap. And I think there are a lot of people who feel the same way.
Literally, how do I make fun of him and then he does it?
I think there are a lot of people who feel the same way.
Every time
It's not about putting this modern spin on it. It's not about redefining this classic story. It's just about, I don't know, having a bit of respect.
Well, I think that's the big thing. It's not just about the creators, at Daily Web, but also the people who were casting in these movies. The reason the star system died in large part is because we got too much exposure to what the stars think. Hollywood really shielded its stars. The idea was that the only thing you ever saw of the stars really was on Oscar night, and also just the stars in the movies. You really didn't know that much about their personal lives. The studios really worked hard to keep that shielded. Mm-hmm. They tried to keep.
Is that true? Haven't there been like the tabloids?
That's true.
And the
no, not back then.
Pretty much forever.
Scandals in the closet. The idea was that these were people who.
Back then, nah. Yeah. Especially when like Hollywood was like only one-way access. They had control over so much back then, bro. Eventually, Hollywood had this split, right? A bunch of people took their little cameras and left. Was like, we out. We out of this rinky-dink joint. You're over here running this town. And they went and left, right? If I'm not mistaken. And just cinema in general, that's kind of how it was. So yeah, I do truly believe it was a certain way.
Existed only in your mind and only on the screen. And so they were larger than life. And then we started getting the opinions of these people like, oh, they're morons, just like my neighbor. This is like the annoying person on Facebook, except she's famous. So she's rich and she's famous and she's good looking and she's whining about American society. I'm not interested in that. You want to destroy the star system. That's an excellent way to do it.
It's been really interesting talking to you about like where you see this whole like endeavor go.
I do think that people that are public figures talk too damn much. And like, I've even said it, like, if I'm not creating content, I don't plan on talking that much, bro. You ain't going to see me all running around and doing this and that. If you follow me on Twitter and Instagram, you're not going to see me posting 24/7. Bro, it's not me. And I feel uncomfortable. I've tried to like force myself to be more active on Twitter and Instagram. I don't like it, right? I like checking it whenever I feel like it, whenever I feel like posting. Because I don't even like checking it. I like posting, which is why I don't even follow people on there, right? I just like making the content. So that's who I am. I'm not any of this other fake stuff. So I don't really be on there. I don't post a lot.
Because if you're rich, you can't complain about the American system. Maybe there's problems with the American system. You can still bring attention.
Not just with Snow White, but with the whole idea of movie production, TV shows, and all that sort of thing.
Not your job.
Setting up a kind of parallel marketplace to what Hollywood's offering. Because they're not providing what people want, well, someone else will.
I think the market is also moving in our direction in the sense that budgets are going to drop.
Yep.
Hollywood's budgets are going to drop. They do not have margins and they're losing subscribers. And we are a fairly small company compared to them. I mean, we're a nice sized company. We do, $250 million a year, but we're not Disney, which is doing tens of billions of dollars a year. And so what that means is that for us to be in any way competitive, we have to come down on the production of these.
Did Hunter even, wait, go back. Did he even say something?
And so what that means.
Yo, fam. Hunter stopped playing with his eye in order to tell you how much money that was. You know what I'm saying? A lot of damn money. That's a lot of Five Guys for my wife. A lot of Five Guys. A lot of Five Guys for his wife.
We are a fairly small company
you know.
to them. I mean, we're a nice sized company. We do, $250 million a year, but we're not Disney, which is doing tens of billions of dollars a year. And so what that means is that for us to be in any way competitive, budgets have to come down in the production of these sorts of things.
And is there any chance at all you could get Peter Dinklage a role as one of the dwarfs? Can you do that?
Are you tired of the lies and the twist of the main?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Okay. Wow.
Oh, man, he's about to hop over the table, man. You better chill. Atlanta still was pays his debts. Better relax.
So basically, Ben Shapiro thinks movies are all super woke. He loved Disney. Now he won't even subscribe to Disney Plus. And so that's why they're making their version. Okay.
I want to see, man. I thought they were joking, but if they really do put it out, let's see. Let's see what it's about.